Today, you're connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Friday, February 3rd. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. You can catch Newsbreak weekdays at 7 a.m. You can watch it at djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. You're going to take a quick look now at news, sports, and weather on this Friday. Let's start with the Weather Underground forecast. For today, partly cloudy skies, a high of just 48 degrees, low of 28, 10% chance of rain. The 3-day outlook. Saturday, clear skies, high of 52, low of 43, 0% chance of rain. Sunday, overcast skies with a high of 61, low of 50, 20% chance of rain, and the warming trend continues Monday with rain possible, high of 72, low of 61, and a 40% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Friday. A plan to consolidate schools in Chickasaw County continues to move forward. On Thursday, the state Senate passed legislation to merge the Chickasaw and Houston school districts, with 16 senators in the 52-member chamber voting no. Last year, lawmakers created a committee to study the best way to combine the Chickasaw, Houston, and Okolona school districts. Its report said few, if any, people in the county support the consolidation. Despite the report, legislation was still introduced to merge Chickasaw and Houston. Senate Education Chair Gray Tollison of Oxford said Okolona was left out of the proposal because of several issues. Now, that bill must still be approved by the state House. Meanwhile, legislation filed this year to merge the North Tippah and South Tippah school districts died earlier in the process. Although that plan is dead for this session, Representative Jody Steverson of Ripley said the bill has started a conversation in Tippah County. Steverson said he is still gathering facts and wants to see if the consolidation would mean a cost savings for Tippah County taxpayers. A bill that could force internet companies to collect Mississippi's 7% tax on most retail items could be in jeopardy. On Thursday, the Mississippi House reversed course and refused to table a motion to reconsider to allow the bill to be transferred to the Senate. The House approved the legislation just a day earlier by a margin of 79 to 38, but it was held on a motion to reconsider, which must be tabled before the bill can be released. The effort to table the motion to reconsider on Thursday by the legislative leadership was surprisingly defeated, with 45 members voting to table the motion and 68 voting not to. Now, those voting not to release the bill include both conservative Republicans and Democrats. Their main reason for the opposition was wariness of what they call a new tax. Trey Lamar, chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, argues it is not a new tax. State law requires people who purchase items online or through other remote venues to pay the 7% use tax if the retailer doesn't collect it, but that is a difficult thing to enforce under the current law. Online retail giant Amazon voluntarily started collecting the tax this month in Mississippi. If you want to hear and see the talent of great performers like Gershwin or Beethoven, look no further than the Chancellors House in Oxford. The new 31-room luxury boutique hotel is the first public display in North America of the new Steinway & Son Spirio player piano. The $88,000 piano was delivered on Wednesday. Chancellors House Director of Guest Services Weston Arnston said they wanted to separate themselves with high-end brand partnerships. He said, since Mississippi is known as a cultural arts state, Steinway is a perfect match. An iPad with the Steinway app will play selections from both classical and contemporary musicians, while the piano in the Chancellor's House Grand Hall plays along via a Bluetooth connection. Each month, new performances will be sent to Spirio owners around the world. The hotel will open in March at the corner of Lamar Boulevard and University Avenue. And in sports, Ingomar's quest for a second consecutive state title in Class 2A keeps getting more challenging. The Lady Falcons recently lost standout post player Mallory Russell to a torn ACL. The 6-foot junior, who was averaging 11 points and 10 rebounds per game, is out for the season. That meant coach Trent Adair had to adjust his scheme, and so far so good. Ingomar has won 3 straight since losing Russell, but it had another setback of sorts last week. Sophomore guard Garabeth Self suffered a possible broken nose in a car wreck. While she's still playing, she's doing so while wearing a protective mask, and that's taken some getting used to. Ingomar has had other players fill the void in the front court in a win over Potts Camp earlier this week. Lauren Thompson and sixth man Carson Graham each played a key role. Adair said that nobody's going to feel sorry for Ingomar, which boasts a 25-3 record, and he said injuries happen, you just have to deal with it. The Lady Falcons are back in action tonight at East Union. That's it for Newsbreak on this Friday. We do want to remind you to check out the podcasts that we produce here at the Daily Journal. We've got the Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi news and entertainment, every Wednesday and Friday with myself and W. Derek Russell. You can find episodes in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at memo.djournal.com. On today's episode, we have Scott Morris coming on to offer his review of the movie A Dog's Purpose. Jenna Parsons comes on to discuss the food section, and Derek tells us what's going on in the local entertainment scene. Have a couple of sports podcasts to check out as well. Prep Rally, a high school sports podcast with myself, Blake Morgan, and Gene Phelps. New episodes each Wednesday. This week's episode had to drop a day late due to National Signing Day, so we've got some updates on National Signing Day as well as basketball and soccer. Check it out in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at preprally.djournal.com. And also, Ole Miss and Mississippi State sports fans, check out double coverage with Parrish Halford and Logan Lowry. New episodes every Thursday. You can find them in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at doublecoverage.djournal.com. All the stories I talked about today you can find in your daily journal and at djournal.com. We're on Twitter as well at djournalnow, and find us on Facebook. And that's it for Newsbreak on this Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.